This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, how about Brayan Bello? Finishes what he starts on Tuesday night. Had a shutout bid intact through 8. Didn't get the shutout. Gets the complete game. Red Sox offense quiet early, but 2 big innings. And look at that. The Sox 3 over 500. And they've won 5 in a row. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and show host. I've called games from the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan, Dodger Stadium, Target Field, Minute Maid Park, Kauffman Stadium, Jacobs Field, Globe Life in Arlington, Texas, and yes, LaLasher Park in Lowell, Massachusetts, the longtime home of the Lowell Spinners in the New York Penn League. We are providing reaction every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, yes, we're talking about Brayan Bello. He's become a reliable starting pitcher, and the Red Sox have a handful now, it feels like, behind their ace, Garrett Crochet. The offense, quiet, and then an explosion. 10 runs over 2 innings for the Sox. Part of numbers of the night as well. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, sponsored by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. We do want to hear from you. Audience participation, well, we love it. All right? We want to hear from our Royal Rooters. Came up with that, or actually designated you as our followers, our everydayers, and our first-timers, the Royal Rooters, going back to the early 1900s. That's what Red Sox fans used to refer to themselves as. That's where the song Tessie comes from as well. Again, we're going back well over 100 years. Hit the comment button if you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. If you're on board there, we want to hear from you. You can also hit me up on the X, follow there as well, at Lennox on Baseball, where we can continue the Red Sox and baseball conversation. So, this game scoreless through the first 5.5 innings. Red Sox score 4 runs in the 6th inning, and at that point, game over, right? Bello was just on his game. He was terrific. But the Red Sox scored 6 more runs in the 7th inning, and the only thing that really was kind of up in the air at that point in time was Brayan Bello going to be able to go out there for the 9th inning.
This is what you'll be talking about.
And yes, Brayan Bello was able to go out there for the 9th inning. He was looking for his first career shutout. 8 innings, no runs allowed. Bello giving up just 1 hit and a walk through the first 5 innings. He was terrific. He really was. A 2-out walk in the 5th inning. 6th inning, 1-2-3 frame. Had 4 1-2-3 innings on the night. And again, with Kyle Freeland for the Rockies matching zeros early on. You want a number of the night, by the way? 50. With the loss on Tuesday night, the Colorado Rockies are now a season-high 50 games under 500. 21-71. Yikes. So the Red Sox have won 2 in a row. They've put themselves, we've been talking about it the last couple of days, they put themselves in position to sweep a team that is now 50 games under 500. 8th inning, or actually, let's go to the 7th inning for Bello. Hit batter. Hits Mickey Moniak in the back foot. Jordan Beck, 5-4-3 double play. Bello, 77 pitches through 7, allowing just 3 base runners. 1 hit, a walk, and a hit batter. 8th inning, a base hit by Doyle, his 2nd hit of the game. And then RCL line out, Ritter, fielder's choice, 9 pitches in the 8th inning. Bello takes the mound for the 9th. And I think in many ways, Brayan Bello was thinking, I'm 3 outs away from a shutout. I'm 3 outs away from a complete game effort. So it might have been a little bit of, just a little distraction between the ears. I'm not nitpicking there, but it just seemed like that. Gave up a single to Freeman, Hunter Goodman, 2-run home run, bye-bye shutout bid, but he's able to finish things off. Actually threw, I believe, 21 pitches in that 9th inning, but Alex Cora and Andrew Bailey said, let's see if he can do it. And he did it, right? I think Brayan Bello, and it was a few starts ago, but Brayan Bello, maybe message received, and go out there and get the job done. He did that. Complete game effort. Baseball Reference has it as he had a complete game effort. Might have been a rain-shortened game. I didn't go back and look at it completely from his first season in the big leagues. So I believe his second career complete game. I thought I heard First Nesson Reference Dave O'Brien say first career complete game effort. But on his Baseball Reference page, again, he's got a complete game, on his resume from the 2022 Red Sox season where he went 2-8 over 13 games and 11 starts. It says CG and 1 from that season. So nitpicking, but I thought I'd throw it out there because sometimes I throw out some useless baseball information. But nothing useless about that performance. 9 innings. Not only a shot in the arm for Brayan Bello, and again, this was a pitcher's duel until it wasn't. We'll get into the offense here in just a moment. But Brayan Bello goes the distance. Love to see it. Complete games, few and far between. Would we have loved to have seen the shutout? Absolutely. No more than Brayan Bello. I mean, he wanted it. But again, he's able to finish the game off. And what does that do? Finish my sentence right here. It gives the bullpen a night off. Night off. Because you've got one more in this series, and then you've got 4 games in a row against the Rays. And I know we're before the All-Star break, but that series is shaping up to be a big one against Tampa Bay, which gets underway Thursday at Fenway Park. Let's not look beyond the series finale and Lucas Giolito going to the mound on Wednesday with an opportunity for a second straight series sweep and a 4th on the season. Oh, it's against the Nationals, against the Rockies. You said it. They're now 50 games under 500. I'm imitating the voices that we have as our everydayers, right? Tongue-in-cheek, sarcastically, of course. I don't care right now. They're doing exactly what you would hope they would do. We would be moaning and groaning, oh, you won only 2 out of 3. Hey, the Red Series, go back to that one. You had a chance for a sweep last week at Fenway against Cincinnati. They won the finale. Okay, well, it's 2 out of 3. You still won the series. You're happy, but I said it that night as you're going on the road to D.C., wouldn't have this just felt a lot better if they just completed the 3-game series sweep? No, they lost the finale. Okay, take all 3 in D.C. Exactly what you're supposed to do against teams well below 500. Certainly against a team that is now 50 games under 500. And I want to go to one play in particular because it was like, well, you can see it here. As the Red Sox get 4 runs in the 6th inning, Romy Gonzalez, second hit of the game, a single. Roman Anthony, a walk. Rob Refsnyder struck out, and then the 2-out magic. Trevor Story, when things are going good? Back in May, Trevor Story, the bloop base hit that fell in and got the Red Sox on the board for the first time in the game, that would have been a pop out to the right fielder or maybe a lazy pop-up. The second baseman would have gone out and gotten it, inning over. Instead, RBI single for Story, and then they went from there. Romy Gonzalez able to score. Ceddanne Rafaela delivers 2-run double, 3-0. Duran RBI single extending his hit streak to 9 in a row. All 4 runs in that inning with 2 outs. But then Romy Gonzalez, Marcelo Meyer, infield base hit, came into the game, got a single. Great to see. Didn't like seeing today. Well, and I would understand it, but I would like Marcelo Meyer to stay in the big leagues. I'd like to see him get in there once in a while against a lefty. A lot of lefties of late, right? You get a right-hander tomorrow for the Rockies in the series finale. You'd think he'd be in there. Apparently, Roman Anthony's going to play left field, right? So you go there. But Marcelo Meyer in the 7th inning, an infield base hit. Scores from first on an RBI triple by Romy Gonzalez. And this is the one I wanted to bring up. Because Doyle in center fielder, a Gold Glove center fielder, completely misplayed the ball off the wall, went by it, hit the wall. He watched it hit the wall, watched it go right by him, and then he jogged after it. Probably see that a lot from the Colorado Rockies if you're a fan of the team over the course of this miserable season. And then they just kept going in that 7th inning. Gonzalez RBI triple, 5-0. Roman Anthony, base hit, past the drawn-in third baseman. Great to see that going the other way, 6-0. Refsnyder kept the inning going, a walk. Story, 3-run home run. 9th inning, his 15th on the year. Then later in the inning, Duran hit the longest home run at Fenway this year. 10-0 at that point in time. That's your offense. But again, you just keep adding on to the numbers of the night for this team. 6 straight game, 10 or more hits. And they didn't have much going on offensively against Freeland early on. Freeland might be saying right now, please let me hear my name in trade rumors. My record isn't as bad as how I've pitched. I want out of here. Move me on. But early on, he was terrific. Sox a couple of base hits against Freeland over the first 4 innings. 5th inning, Rafaela walk, moved to second on a fly out by Toro. Was at second with 2 outs. And what do? You got Connor Wong up there who grounds out the short. No, by the way, now 0 for 27 on the season with 10 strikeouts. We had a lot, and we're going to get to your comments here in our second segment as we hear from our Royal Rooters. We had some trade. What can they add here? Some people want a starting pitcher, and Bello goes out there. I mean, he's supposed to be a legit number 2 or number 3. Right behind Crochet, and right now you think Giolito. Again, it's against Colorado, but he's now had a stretch here where he's starting around in the form, and I think he's a reliable starting pitcher. Richard Fitz, first big league win Monday night. Thank you, Richard. You got the scorecard. Great story in the Boston Globe on Tuesday. He goes down. Hunter Dobbins is going to be back this weekend in the series against the Rays. I think Dobbins is going to go Friday. Crochet is on Saturday. And I think that's going to be against Shane Baz. I think they've moved some pieces around there. But Dobbins is going to come off. And the move for Fitz going down, more of as to where they're at right now, what they need with the pitchers. Isaiah up there, Isaiah Campbell. So a lot of moving parts right now for the Red Sox in terms of pitchers and stuff like that. But Dobbins is going to be back. You're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with Houck as well. But with Bello again going the distance, complete game effort, night off. A complete night off for the bullpen. So Giolito, in the series finale on Wednesday, you want to see him go 6 or 7. You want to have the bullpen as fresh as possible for the final 4 games of the series because I think Alex Cora is going to be aggressive and he's going to use his bullpen arms. The guys who have gotten here. Weissert, a breather. Bernardino doesn't pitch. So there's some strengths here right now. But with the way Bello went, I bring up Connor Wong there as, 0 for 27 with runners in scoring position. And there were a couple of people, backup catcher. Because you got to be able to keep Narvaez as healthy and fresh as possible through the second half of the season. And if I don't even want to say it out loud, you know where I'm going. Connor Wong for 2025 cannot be your everyday catcher. Can't happen. So for the second straight year, got Danny Jansen last year. I don't know where you go. Get a backup catcher. Reese McGuire, by the way, is doing really well right now with the Chicago Cubs. He seems to be in the mix of a lot of their victories. Now, how much that is, I don't know. It might have been only a handful of times, but, that guy's there. Yasmani Grandal has walked away from baseball and maybe hanging it up. Okay. But on the trade market, we'll see. 10 hits for a 6th straight game. Again, terrific. Red Sox have scored 5 or more runs now 11 times in their last 17, and 10-plus runs now 5 times in their last 10. The extra base hits finally started coming around. And again, nothing until they got the bats going in the 6th inning. And I thought in the 5th inning it was going to get going, but it didn't happen until a 4-run 6th, then a 6-run 7th inning, 10-2 the final, 11 hits total. Hey, enough of me. We're getting to you. Wow, I went long there. I apologize in segment number 1. Your comments, I'll probably throw another number of the night or 2 as well at you, and that's coming up next. Hey, our Locked On Red Sox postcast is presented by FanDuel. Locked On Red Sox postcast, your team every day. Summer sports, we know it. It is hot out there. Summer sports in full swing. So are the temperatures in the 90s in New England. Whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling with FanDuel? You can get in on any game and every game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. FanDuel helps you track your favorite matchups. The app keeps it fresh, and with new daily promotions, always fun ways to bet. Easy to use, fast payout, makes every regular season game feel like, must-watch events. Easy to use. Just simple to use with the FanDuel app. Whether you're placing a same-game parlay, watching a bet ride into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like you're part of the action. Maybe you had Brayan Bello completing the shutout bid on Tuesday night. Came up short, gave up the 2-run home run in the 9th inning, right? Hey, if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet $5. And with that first $5 bet, if it hits, you're going to receive $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by OpenPhone. Hey, if you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? No, you did not. You called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone right now is the #1 business phone system out there. Helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or on your computer. Did you juggle 2 phones just to keep business and personal calls separate? Well, OpenPhone solves that instantly. Your whole team can share one number and respond to customers like a shared inbox. No more, hey, who's handling this? And the AI agent handles after hours calls, answers common questions, and captures leads, so you're never going to miss a customer again. OpenPhone right now is offering Locked On Red Sox postcast listeners 20% off on their first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That's openphone.com/lockedonmlb. And if you have an existing number with another service, OpenPhone is able to port them over at no extra charge. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. All right, as promised, less of me, more of you, and me reading your comments and then responding to them. That's what we're doing now on Locked On Red Sox postcast, and that takes up a majority of our second segment. So, who is our leadoff hitter? Here we go. Allie Batts is checking in. Home run derby came to Boston tonight. Way to go, Bello. Love it, Allie. Thank you very much. Yeah, the extra base hits continue. And 2 big innings. Rafaela delivering with a double. Romy Gonzalez, RBI triple. Story, Duran, homering in the victory as well. So the Red Sox, 2 more home runs, and you run with it. Because that's what they're doing right now. The extra base hits, you love seeing them. Green Monster doubles, Green Monster triples. Jeff, Crochet, Giolito, Bello makes for a pretty salty playoff rotation. I'm really believing that's the case. I just... as we had the back and forth Monday night after the victory in the series opener against the Rockies, I'm trying to fall asleep and I'm thinking, I don't like what's available out on the trade market for pitchers. And I don't want to give up a whole heck of a lot in the farm system right now. You want to make a trade for a starting pitcher, do what you did last offseason, and add a guy like Crochet. Now, you gave up a lot, but you were able to keep Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer. And you've still got a strong minor league system overall. So those 3, Jeff, I agree. Crochet, Giolito, Bello, I think you run with that. And then again, you've got the possibility of Houck and Dobbins and Fitz, right-handers, out of the bullpen. Carlos, Bello was on fire. Lit the fuse for that Duran bomb. That was beautiful. Longest home run of the season at Fenway. That was a shot. Love it. Love y'all. Go Sox, baby. And again, I was listening to the game on the radio side, then got home, I guess, second or third, and he put some things together, had the Nesson broadcast on with Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni. But, Will Fleming was talking about, there are trade rumors out there for Jarren Duran. I don't want to see him going anywhere. I really don't. Because if you're going to win that first playoff series in advance, then to the division round, Jarren Duran, and there are guys up and down the lineup who could certainly have positive impacts, but Duran absolutely could be that guy who just, gets on base, takes the extra base as well on a line drive to the outfield, maybe to the left or right of an outfielder, and is able to sneak into second with a Duran double, steal a bag here or there. I want Jarren. I do not want to see Jarren Duran, and I'm still trying to figure out the Aroldis Chapman stuff. Well, the Red Sox continue to add. They could be buyers at the trade deadline at the end of this month, but maybe Aroldis Chapman is on the move. I don't get it. I know he's only on a 1-year deal. Aroldis Chapman is an all-star. Aroldis Chapman has been outstanding. Why in the world would you trade him somewhere to a team of where you want to be. He's not going to a below 500 team. Why waste him that way? You're just not going to do that. So getting off topic from this victory, Carlos, thank you. Got that one. Back to Jeff. Any concern that Duran trade would mess with the team chemistry right now? I've got some. Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. Didn't I just put you up there? Yes. I love Jarren Duran's game all around. And he's been out of the leadoff spot recently. And I thought, last year, just give him a rest every once in a while. But he's got pop in his bat. And, I've been fine with Nate Eaton there the last 4 games. And that probably changes as well. You could put Romy Gonzalez back there if Eaton goes down at some point in time. Carlos, let's get a ramblin' Rooters. Royal Rooters right now, or the Ramblin' Rooters. George checking in. Awesome pitching by Bello, giving the pen the night off. Yeah. And, you used to need that. And you can't even, Crochet's worked in the 9th inning, did that against the Yankees at Fenway. Along those lines, it doesn't have to be 9 innings every time out, but you need, the successful rotations lead to successful bullpens that are not overused. And with that, you need a complete game every once in a while. And Bello did it. And the pitch count was not an issue. 86 through 8. I think he threw 21 total in that 9th inning. Was right around there. Stan Poppy, 33. Jarren Duran, 431. Runners in scoring position. 2 outs, 23 RBIs included. Look at Stan Poppy, 33, giving me and us all sorts of numbers of the night here. And not including his 2-out homer. 341, 2 outs, 31 RBIs. Nice and interesting outfield dilemma ahead. I just wish one of these guys, Rafaela is, but you've got Abreu, Anthony, and Duran. They're all lefty bats. Meyer's a lefty bat. I just love to see one more right guy on the right side. And by the way, that guy's coming back, and so is another lefty bat in Yoshida. Might be in there on Wednesday as the DH. Going to have to make a couple more moves on Wednesday as well. Liam Hendricks, by the way, not sure if you saw it, a setback in his rehab. He's on the 60-day out. That's retroactive, but placed on the 60-day DL. And I don't know that you're going to see Liam Hendricks again this year. Great story when he was pitching, but all of a sudden dealing with an issue, an injury issue. Jules, Jeff, no concerns. Okay. Jules checking in there. I don't want to see Duran going. So, Jules, I think you're probably along those lines as well. They're rumors right now. Rumors don't always turn into facts. Carlos has got the brooms out for the sweep. Yeah, you've won the first 2. That's in play. At least he got the complete game from Jules. Yeah, would have loved to have seen the shutout. But, hey, again, you had the lead. You had the 10-run lead. Then it was 10-2. And, no, you didn't have to go to the bullpen. He would have gotten a great ovation, but I think that's a great boost for Brayan Bello. He finished what he started, the complete game effort. Tip of the cap to him. Logan, what a win, boys. We're hitting tonight. Yeah. George, Romy keeps ripping up and down the lineup. Yeah, can we remember yet again? I usually bring this up at some point when we're talking about Romy Gonzalez for multiple days in a row, and we are here back-to-back days with a triple. Great speed, has pop in the bat. And remember, he was DFA'd. I believe he was DFA'd, picked up by the White Sox in 2024. White Sox couldn't find a place for him. Bill, Bello, 3 exclamation points. Love it. Jules, Meyer is our best defensive infielder. Play him every day. Don't get better watching. Yeah, and there's a possibility of him, at least it's in the conversation of, hey, he's got to go down and get consistent at bats. Bregman comes back, put him at second base. Is there a platoon there? And, hey, you're going to see 3, 4, 5 righties in a row every once in a while. It's a stretch where they're seeing left-handed starting pitchers. For a while there were few and far between. George, Story smoking since Brave series. Yeah, it's been June, and it's been now into July. Just keeps going. Couple more here. Jules, call up a catcher from A-ball, DFA, Ding Dong Wong. Okay, Jules. David, where will Yoshida fit into the lineup? All the outfielders have been doing great. Yoshida's going to DH. I think he gets a majority of the at-bats at the DH spot, but there's going to be a lot of movement here. It gives Alex Cora a lot of flexibility. It really does across the board with this lineup. And as long as they keep hitting, and again, it becomes cliche because we'll say this because it's that, draw the conclusion. These things have ways of working themselves out, right? But you've got more depth right now. It's an embarrassment of riches. And Yoshida, bat-to-ball kind of guy. Michael, poor Wong, man, but great night for Bello. Everybody improving. I love to see it. They will need it. What await us is hard to trial by fire the next two series. Not sure what that last sentence is there, Michael. I apologize. Back to Stan, Poppy 3-3. We got a couple more. I think Breslow will look to trade Houck at deadline, probably for some underachieving prospect. It's possible. Everything's on the table. Everything's on the table. Bill checking in. Go get yourself a gambling addiction. Is that from the live read? All right, Bill. Austin D, let's go. Michael again. Wong is the weakest link at this point. He is. Sorry to say it, but it's true. Followed by Hamilton and then Buehler. Yes. But we're talking about the backup catcher. But again, if they can improve that position, I think it's got to be on the to-do list. Maybe it's not top priority, but it's got to be up there, top 2 or 3. Because Connor Wong's season at this point in time, it is what it is. Now, he could get going, but again, he's not going to get consistent at bats. He had an okay year last year, but what he needs to do right now, in the biggest way, is behind the plate and defensively and handling the pitching staff. Jack, love Duran too. Let's go Sox. Keep the wins coming. Well done. Couple more. 1080 gone. I'm afraid they're going to trade Duran. I am a little bit too because the rumors don't seem to be going away and the play-by-play guys are talking about it. Jack, I'm praying they don't. All right. There you go. There you go. It happens. What's that? Forrest Gump reference. Will this win streak build confidence? I think it already has. Up and down the lineup. I think it already has. 100%. What's next? Giolito for the series finale, and the Red Sox going for a second straight series sweep. By the way, Freeland, his numbers overall this season, not all that great. Giolito, 5-1, 3.66 ERA. Red Sox face a right-hander tomorrow by the name of Antonio Senzatella. A record of 3 wins and 12 losses. Sometimes those records are indicative of how a guy has gone. Well, the win-loss record, all that stuff. ERA over 6.5. So again, go out there. You've beaten up on the starting pitchers the first 2 games of the series. You've gotten to their bullpen, and you've added on as well. Complete the series sweep. Rafaela, by the way, has hit safely in 6 in a row, 10 of 11. Last 11 games, 11 extra base hits, and now 10 RBIs. And he's just one of the guys in the lineup. So you want to talk about the confidence? I think it's there right now. I think they're showing what they're capable of doing. And during this current stretch, after they had a dreadful stretch there at the end of the road trip through San Francisco and Anaheim, they're playing for each other. They're backing each other up. They're picking each other up. Defense has gotten considerably better here. And I think it's across the board. And maybe Marcelo Meyer helps with that. Put him defensively at second base. Give him the defense up the middle at second base when Bregman comes back. Jack will finish it out. Thanks, Steve. No, thank you, Jack. Thank you to all of our Royal Rooters. Peace sign. Have a good night. Man, and go Sox, blue heart, red heart. Love it. Yeah, so we're back. Giolito, Senzatella, pitching matchup. Red Sox have a chance for a 6th straight win and a series sweep. We're going to be on within minutes of the final out Wednesday as the Red Sox are looking for the sweep over the Colorado Rockies, who are now a season-high 50 games under 521 and 71. Locked On Red Sox postcast, number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Don't forget to tell your friends all about us. Don't keep us a secret. Locked On Sports, your team, your winning Red Sox. Yeah, 5 in a row every day.